In today's video, we have Tesla shares trying to reject the multiple bullish structures it has been sending us over the last few days, while the market shows a lot of weakness in anticipation of NVIDIA's earnings results. So what if NVIDIA collapses? What will happen to the market? What will happen to our dear Tesla stock? This is what we're gonna talk about in this video. But first, welcome to the Finance Hydra channel. My name is Nathan. It is very nice to see you guys over here. And okay, in yesterday's video, I listed six technical reasons that support the idea that Tesla shares are oversold and deserve a recovery and deserve a bounce. However, in fact, there are 7 because I forgot to mention that Tesla made a bottom signal right above the support line of this descending channel. So there are 7 instead of 6, all right? However, I have also described in detail what Tesla and the indices need to do to reject our bullish thesis over here, which can happen, by the way. After all, nothing is guaranteed in this market. But so far, if we analyze the weekly chart, the daily chart, so far, so good. Tesla is still above the most important inflection point we identified together yesterday. But I do agree, it is annoying to see Tesla struggling that hard to break the 194 resistance level again, because this key point over here, the 194, was the previous support level in October. This key point also acted as a major neckline of this inverse head and shoulders chart pattern over here, and we broke this key point. We broke on February 15. We broke this key point. We left this support level, this resistance level behind, and right now we are struggling to react around this support level again. So this is quite annoying, okay? This is particularly dangerous, and it is particularly dangerous not because Tesla is not making any meaningful bullish reaction above the 194 yet, but because the indices are not looking that good if we analyze SPY. And depending on how the indices react, guys, back to Tesla. Guys, depending on how the indices react, they could be the major catalyst that could make Tesla frustrate the bullish chart structures over here, all right? So this is why it is so important to keep what SPY and QQQ are making in mind. I know Tesla has been quite detached from the broad market in the past few weeks, even in the past few months, but don't you agree that if we see NVIDIA collapsing and the entire stock market dropping, if we look SPY triggering a sharper correction, if we look QQQ triggering a crystal clear bearish reversal structure, that would probably ruin the bullish thesis on Tesla. Even if it doesn't turn actually bearish, it is going to be quite annoying for Tesla, right? So we gotta keep that in mind. Right now we see SPY approaching the 21 EMA. It is correcting, all right? Yes, it is. It is approaching the 21 EMA. It is still in a crystal clear bull trend, making higher highs, higher lows, but we gotta react as soon as possible, preferably this week, all right? Preferably this week after above its support levels, because if we don't see any meaningful bullish reaction, SPY could trigger a bearish chart structure just like QQQ is doing right now at this moment. Our tech stocks index over here, the main tech stock index, is triggering a crystal clear bearish chart structure, aka bearish pivot point. It made a lower high, a high lower than the previous high, and right now it is making a bottom lower than the previous bottom, losing its most important midterm support level, suggesting that yes, tech stocks are turning bearish for a while. And this is particularly problematic because when we look at the weekly chart, looking at the weekly chart over here, it is quite understandable if we see a sharper pullback to the 21 EMA on the weekly chart over here, because since October 2023, we have yet to retest the 21 EMA on the weekly chart. Therefore, any top signal triggered on the weekly chart could trigger a sharper correction on QQQ, suggesting that tech stocks are not ready to fly again, especially Tesla, which is trading around a crystal clear support area over here. This is the main problem for Tesla. Of course, again, I already told you guys, we are still in a relatively safe situation over here. We are still far away from its most important inflection points, but it is still annoying to see such struggle around the 194, and it is annoying to see QQQ triggering a bearish pivot point on the daily chart. We gotta react as soon as possible. We gotta make a miraculous reaction as soon as possible in order to reject, to frustrate this bearish scenario over here, in order to make Tesla and other stocks avoid a sharper correction. However, this is not true. A sharper correction would be terrible for Tesla, which is already bearish. But if we look at NVDA, a sharper correction on NVDA would be just fine. All right, would be just fine, because as far as I know, NVIDIA exploded a lot over here since, let me see, since the previous bottom on January this year, it went up 41%. The previous top level was above the $700. It went up roughly 60%. All right, so yes, we deserve a correction. We deserve more correction. I know we are approaching the 21 EMA on the daily chart, but depending on how NVIDIA reacts after earnings, I believe NVIDIA could trigger another amazing buying opportunity if it crashes again. Guys, for swing trading purposes, I don't like holding a position for too long, especially after earnings, especially a tech stock, especially a stock that is very volatile like NVIDIA. All right, some other stocks that are small caps that don't have a historical high volatility after earnings, okay, you may hold them, but NVIDIA is not the case. NVIDIA could explode, but it could collapse as well. And if we see such collapse, it is gonna gap down. All right, so we gotta see a lot of volatility tomorrow. Today it is going to report earnings, but only tomorrow we are gonna see the real effects on NVIDIA. All right, not even today after the market close. All right, because the movements that occur after the market close and before the market opening are not that important. The real deal is always during the real trading session. All right, so we gotta see tomorrow what's going to happen to NVIDIA over here. And if we see NVIDIA collapsing, in my humble opinion, guys, in my humble opinion, this could be a great buying opportunity because NVIDIA is bullish. It is not gonna be a collapse after earnings that is going to ruin the bullishness on NVIDIA, in my humble opinion, of course. And of course, we gotta wait for a crystal clear bullish reaction suggesting a recovery, and when the risk reward ratio gets appealing again, because guys, it all depends on risk reward ratio. Some people focus too much on accuracy. All right, Nathan, how accurate you are? Guys, the accuracy over here is not important. I could nail 9 out of 10 trades, and that does not mean anything, because if for each dollar I make, I lose $20, I could have an accuracy as high as 90%, and still I would be a terrible trader. If you want to know my personal accuracy, guys, on our Telegram channel, I give you guys dozens of signals every single month. And recently, in the past few months, our accuracy has been of 73% for the triggered trades. All right, for the trades that were actually triggered. So my personal accuracy is 73%. It is not always that number. Sometimes it drops, sometimes it gets as low as 60%, but sometimes it is as high as 80%. Right now, 73%, and that does not mean anything because it all depends on the average risk reward ratio, which in our case over here is 2.45. That's right, we make $2.45 for every single dollar we lose. And in addition to the fact that we are roughly 70% accurate, okay, here's your consistency. Here's the consistency you need in order to be a professional trader. So if you need help with more strategies, if you need help achieving your consistency, join our Telegram channel right now, because I'm constantly sharing many trading ideas, trading strategies on Tesla, NVDA, SPY, QQQ, and many other stocks that are outside of everybody else's radars. So join our Telegram channel right now to get access to these strategies. All right, now back to NVIDIA. Okay, we are around the support level. Could we correct more? We could. If we do, it is gonna be a very good buying opportunity if we see a bullish reaction suggesting a bottom signal afterwards. Of course, we gotta wait after earnings. It could also explode upwards, okay? This is a real possibility. And okay, if this happens, I will probably hold my long-term investments on NVIDIA like I have been doing since 2020. So okay, there is not a single reason to cry in this market as long as you trade with strategy. Right now, if you ask me, Tesla is the most delicate stock right now at this moment. We gotta see a meaningful bullish reaction, because if we frustrate all the bullish signals it has been giving us over here, that will be a real bummer. So we gotta see a meaningful reaction as soon as possible, preferably this week, especially when we analyze QQQ's weekly chart over here, making a top signal, and the SPY weekly chart as well, trying to make a top signal too. So yes, we see many problematic signals on the broad market. Although Tesla is still in a relatively safe situation, to me it all depends on how NVIDIA is going to react after earnings. All right, NVIDIA is making a very strong top signal over here on the weekly chart. All right, these arrows are here because these are the target of our rectangle chart pattern over here, which we identified together on our Telegram channel. By the way, we nailed this target over here with an astonishing precision. And right now, apparently, we are trying to make a sharper correction on the weekly chart. We are making a top signal for the first time since the breakout of this rectangle chart pattern. So we gotta watch out NVIDIA over here, because NVIDIA is going to dictate the next movements on the indices and probably on other stocks like Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, Google, etc. So I'm gonna keep you guys updated every single day. Tomorrow is gonna be a decisive day, and I will be here, of course, my dear friends. So consider subscribing, join the Finance Hydra channel community. We are a very good and solid community, my dear friends. So I invite you to join us over here, and click the like button if you like this content. Thank you very much for your audience, my dear friends. Stay safe. See you guys tomorrow.